So this is podcast 4/2.
Yeah, well, it's podcast 2.
/4.
In case you can't tell already, it's audio only. Mostly because I don't feel like setting up all the video recording stuff.
No, and we just spent like 5 hours doing tech work. All just kind of
Yeah.
the little meeting for like, oh yeah, let's get all set up for the events coming up, and it's like, no, we're gonna rebuild Franken gun and rebuild Kace's gun,
And we didn't even check to see if they worked, so hopefully
we should definitely do that.
Yeah.
I mean, we know that they turn over.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know if mine does, but it should.
Yeah, mine's okay. My turn's over. My safety doesn't work, but it shoots semi and auto, and that's the problem I was having before. So
I love how your safety did work though at one point when you took it apart and then it just stopped working.
well, so it worked if you
Real quick though, before we go into this, we should probably say who's here.
Oh yeah,
So this is Dave,
I'm Dominic Kupo. Oh really, Kupo?
who's never been on the
Yeah, this is
before,
my first time on the podcast.
or on anything.
Yeah, also correct. Been in the
We'll
background.
put up a cute little picture of you.
Oh
Yeah, since we're shooting audio only. I still am gonna put in, if we reference something, I'm gonna stick it in the video. So if you're watching this on YouTube and you hear us mention something about something that's happened before, I'll stick in a video of it.
Unless something terrible happens with all of our podcasts and for some reason we can't add pictures because you never know.
And that's Case.
Yeah, obviously because I said something stupid.
But yeah, when Keith said the 2 or 4 podcast, well, we have put out the first podcast and then we recorded. I recorded one with Truman and Josh.
That can never be released.
That cannot be released ever. Because we were smashed by the end of it and it was 3.5 hours long. So that was number 2. That isn't coming out ever. And then number 3 was shot with Twitch and the recordings got all fucked up. So that one's not coming out either. So this is
for all intents and purposes, this is 2.
This is 2, but it's the 4th podcast we've shot.
There you go.
We're just gonna call it 2. We'll just pretend the bad things didn't happen. We'll just proceed like this was totally according to plan.
Yeah, so if you guys enjoyed the first podcast, you're like, well, why has there just been one podcast and it's been 3 months? That's why.
We tried.
We tried.
We tried a lot actually. It just didn't work.
In fact, we shot the first podcast before Kupo was on the team.
Yeah. Let's put it that way. I'm the new guy.
Yeah.
This is the first time doing anything. Well, first time doing anything not an actual event.
Although, quite a few people that have been on the team for very long have never been in a video.
Yeah,
True.
that's true.
Most of the team, actually.
Yeah.
We have 4 or 5 people that have been in videos, and we have 14 people on the team.
We'll get there eventually.
Yeah. Eventually.
Yeah, although we do have people in videos that are not actually on the team, that are just associated with the team.
Also correct.
That's true. Yeah.
In fact, 2 of our 3 most popular videos.
Yeah, actually. That's...
Lauren and Carla are not actually on the team, they're just associated with the team.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, topic number 1.
So we're doing some cool stuff.
Yeah.
We're going to the Battle for Tolland.
Which is November 11th?
Yep.
Or something like that?
Yep.
Tolland being the place where New England Milsim started, basically.
Oh.
So that'll be fun. And then we're going to another op that we can't talk about before the op happens.
But will this be released after that?
Well, that's not for 2 weeks.
So probably we should assume so.
Yeah, we probably
This,
can't say it yet, but we'll talk about it on the next podcast.
if this works, then we can probably put this out tomorrow because
Yeah.
we just have to put bling Tyrant King's Milsim photo and then put the audio in. So
Yeah, I'll edit it tomorrow night.
yeah,
Throw a couple pictures and videos in.
right.
Yeah.
Get a picture of Franken gun. Get a picture of Franken gun Mark II. I don't know. Gear. I don't know what you guys want to put in the background of this.
Brian.
That's
what everyone wants to see. But yeah, that should be pretty cool. I have never been there before, and I know a lot of people that we play with love going to that specific location for ops. I guess now there isn't an urban there anymore. It's just going to be all woods. So.
Oh, goody, more bushwhacking.
Yeah. it's going to be interesting.
At least it's late fall, so stuff should be dying.
Yeah.
Okay, because you guys both weren't at AJ, so.
Yeah, me and Dave hadn't been to anything in a long time.
So
ops.
The new guy, was the only one at the last seasonal violence, and you guys, the veterans,
The founders of the team.
the founders of the team.
Yeah. The two people who should definitely be there weren't there, but it's okay.
You had a wedding.
Yeah.
Not your wedding.
Not my wedding this time,
You
but
just had
someone
a wedding.
else's wedding.
And I had to serve and protect the Constitution of the United States of America.
Yep.
By which I did nothing.
Yeah, wasn't there like
I had to get I had to, like to go to med debt and get medically processed for some shit, and then I had to do a gear layout, but my unit still hasn't gotten my gear, so I didn't have anything to lay out, so I did nothing.
I drank like 7 Moscow Mules. Or maybe
I
more,
love
can't
Moscow
remember.
Mules.
Sounds like you had the better of the 2 times not being at the event.
Open bar is good.
Oh
yeah.
God, I love those. I was at a sidetrack, but I was at a restaurant last week. It's like a farm to table, and they had an autumn mule, which was like their variation. It had some kind. I can't remember exactly what was in it, but it had an apple wedge instead of a lime, and that was. It was just one of my favorite drinks.
That sounds great.
I want to steal it. And it actually came in a copper mug. Nowadays, you get a Moscow Mule. This comes in a highball glass. I'm like, this is not. No. Give me the proper hardware here.
Yep.
Not if you go to Not Your Average Joe's, they have copper mugs.
Go where?
That place is great.
Not Your Average Joe's. I don't know if
Not
there's
Your
any
Average Joe's.
near you.
I was about to say. Where you guys live and where I live are not. They're close enough. Like, it was only an hour here, but.
Yeah, not close enough to come down here for dinner.
No.
Yeah, no.
If you're gonna come down here and like hang out with the team and work on stuff.
Yeah, that's fine. That's one thing.
Yep.
Yeah. So in preparation for that op that we're going to that we can't talk about,
The mystery op.
most of the guys that are going were here today. Not all of them. One of them forgot.
And by most, you mean 2/3. We got like 2/3. Yeah, that's true.
2/3. One of
Typical.
them forgot. One of them we told about it yesterday,
Yesterday.
so he was a little busy today, but he'll be there for the actual thing. But we set up all our gear for an op that's going to be that long.
It's going to be an all-day event with minimal breaks, like a lunchtime break, and that's about it.
Yep.
Other than that, it's do your thing, run to the next one. Do your thing, run to the next one. So
It's definitely going to be cool. Like, once we can talk about it, I think it's going to be something really, really cool to share with everybody. As far as how it's ran.
We finally unfucked Dom's gear.
yeah, oh yeah. So my first real Milsim was Autumn Justice, and I was Grenadier. So I had like all the normal stuff, like all the regular mags for my gun, and then I took about 6 hand grenade pouches, stuck them all over the place, and put tagging rounds, and then this one like shotgun round for the 320, the grenade launcher. Then on my right side I had the grenade launcher, and on my back I had this like inverted carrier thing where a bottle of green gas was held in by an elastic band, and then there was a bottle of BBs next to it, and I ran and everything shook, and I just felt like I was wearing an elephant on my shoulders.
Well, so you were running the gun that I made out of spare parts. which
Yeah,
is not good.
and I was running Franken gun, who we just rebuilt with a longer barrel, so hopefully will be fun, but like still Franken gun.
Well, it's also not just that you had that equipment on you, because you could carry that equipment in a reasonable way.
Yes.
It's that you didn't know what you were doing at all.
Not
so you
a
had
clue.
you had like a couple grenade pouches like on top of M4 mag pouches, and then you had some on your side, and you had some on your back. Like,
No,
you didn't have anything in the same spot.
I had okay, so I had 3 gun magazines across my waist. I had one on my left hip. Between those 3 and that one were 2 40 mil pouches. There was 2 40 mil pouches on my upper chest. My right side had the 320. I tried carrying a pistol too because Dave lent me a pistol, but I'm like, I can't find a place for this. And then the pistol didn't work, so didn't run that. And then on my back I had another mag. Oh wait, no. And then on front of the 3 across, I had another one mollied onto the left side of that, and that one was not just. It was a rifle mag, and then on front of that was a pistol mag, which I ended up throwing like my pocket knife in there because didn't need a pistol mag anymore. So yeah, everything was hectic everywhere. I was definitely very, very fucked.
I'm gonna see if I can find a picture of you.
Oh, just
There is a picture,
There's
actually.
just the one that I put on Instagram that you guys reposted.
There's
That was
totally
just the
one-
front side. You didn't even get like the beauty that was my butt. But...
So that's definitely gonna be.
oh yeah, we'll throw that.
we're
one
gonna throw
in
that
there.
on here.
There was one that I called you like just Dominic on. You're like, no, Kupo.
Well,
Call me
so
Kupo.
you were
like,
calling-
okay, all right.
Yeah, you were. Yeah, so you can't really see because I had the pistol crossed around on this one.
There
Got
you
rid of it.
go. So yeah.
Yeah, and then I had my 2. Yeah, and then I had my gun in front, so you couldn't really see anything. But I was all happy. I'm like, this is my first thing. It's fun. Yeah, I liked it.
I mean, you made it there, which is more than what me and Dave did.
Yeah, right. Well, you guys had good reasons.
Yeah.
I mean, I was legally required to not be there.
Exactly.
But although it seems like you guys had a good time. And
Yeah, I was exhausted by day 1. Day 2 was just like, I gotta do this again, and then it was fun too.
And you guys survived, and Brian was your squad leader, so
Yeah.
that's
Redcon Randy.
yeah, yep. Can you like tell the story about that?
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
So
we all have nicknames in the team chat, and Brian's immediately became Redcon Randy after the op, and I was like, I don't know what happened.
So we were advancing from I can't, some outpost, can't remember the name of it, to, hang on, let me get the map of where it was so I actually know what these places are called.
I mean, fuck it, who cares?
I got it, no, it's right here. Okay, so I was going from Oil to CPM2, and we were just creeping along. It was us, and then I can't remember if we came up on another squad or another squad was following. Oh no, we were walking up and there was a squad that was redconning back, and they're just like, "Have fun, guys," and we're like, okay. So we advanced to like just barely inside of CPM2, and we immediately start taking contact from a saw gunner they put up front, and we're like, okay, this sucks. Hide in the bushes. So we started hiding in the bushes. We would like, I think Brandon and Steve got sent way left to try and flank because Brandon was the only one that had a working radio, and Steve just went, and he had the optics too, so he was supposed to go out, scout, report, and see if he could just like pick off a couple people. We ended up losing them for a bit because
The radio stopped working.
the surprise, we found like by the time we retconned they were back, but like it was just like, hey, where'd the other guys go? So there was a lot of people down. I was hiding in the scrub bush to the right of the path, facing the command post. And I was trying to creep my way up. And then all of a sudden I hear someone yell out, technical, technical. And I'm like, oh, God, fuck. And then I'm like, wait, I'm the Grenadier. I might actually be able to do something. So they start moving forward. And they were actually being pretty smart. I could hear their tactics. They had a couple guys out front fanning out the woods. And then if they saw someone, they called it out to the gunner. And the gunner fired upon the area. But they never let the technical get further than an area they've already cleared, so you can't get a guy pop out on the side, which is exactly what I was trying to do. So I was like, how's this going to go? But I found a little divot in the ground. I pulled out the 320 and made sure that the right tagging round was in. I was just sitting there like, can I do it? Can I do it? And they start rolling in. They were about 10 feet away from me, and I just hear Brian yell, Red Con! Red Con! I'm like, oh, fuck, come on! And I didn't have a radio at this one. So I couldn't and I didn't want to yell out, hey, I can get the technical, don't redcon, because like obviously that's a problem when the technical's 10 feet away from you. But I'm like, all right, well, shit, we're redconning. So I threw up my red flag, waved it so they wouldn't blast me, stood up and walked away. And then Matt was like, Brian, what are you doing? Like I was up, Koopa was up, they were about to come over, and he's like, in his defense, most of the people were down. The people that weren't down didn't have functional radios or didn't have radios, and two guys were out in the boonies trying to flank. So to him, it's like, yeah, we got pretty.
We don't know what we're doing.
We have no idea what's going on. So that was understandable, but we still give him shit for it because it's just like that's a requirement. Because it's Brian, and like you got to give everyone shit.
Yep.
So yeah, that was how Brian got the nickname Redcon Randy.
Cool.
And then who else got nicknames that time?
I think that was it.
I think that was it for new ones. I got it because I got out of the group and I just got the new kid.
Yeah. But
which is apt. I am the new kid.
We all have been, though. We have recently played at Warzone.
Yeah.
Which was good. Did we put that video on YouTube yet, Case?
I had to re-edit it still.
Okay.
The sniper rifle,
Yeah,
the sniper rifle footage. Yeah, it's gonna be cool once I actually add in more than just scope cam footage. But my computer was like being dumb and like was freezing when I was trying to edit it, so I'll fix it. But it is pretty cool.
Yeah, you're also using Sony Vegas to edit, so.
No, even worse. I was using Pinnacle.
Oh my god.
Which is not good. Don't ever get it.
Get an Adobe subscription like a normal person.
I have to. But
just torrent it. If you can afford it, just get the software somehow.
But you didn't hear that on our podcast.
Shh, we don't condone illegal downloads.
Right. Yeah, but I can, if I don't get it before we put this video up, I can give you a few clips so they can see what I'm talking about. But my new sniper rifle is like bananas.
Oh my god.
And Dave's Umbrella Armory gun is
also
even crazier than that. So basically, if anyone was in front of where Dave or I could see them, they just died. They weren't going to live for very long.
Yeah.
Even like if they were super far away. It was a lot of fun.
Do you want to explain your gun and the absolute craziness that it is?
So, okay, I have a story.
You need to tell this story.
So, I have been trying to tech a little bit more, but I'm not great at it. So I can do
we got
something.
through today with Matt
Yeah,
and
with
his
Matt-
power
with
tools,
Matt
which
helping
we
me.
will put up later and explain.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny.
We'll talk about today in a little bit.
I can tech like bolt action sniper rifles pretty well, but I was having trouble with the VSR 10 that I bought. I bought some PDI parts. I bought what else? I bought some Angel custom parts, and I bought an EDGI barrel and Action Army parts, and I should have just bought like one specific brand instead of buying like all these different ones. I
Really?
researched like what's the best top up I can buy. Okay, it's this.
And you have minor compatibility issues, which inside of a fine-tuned machine are major compatibility issues.
Yeah, right.
So
Snipers
basically,
kind of need to be finely tuned.
yeah. So I bought like all these really nice parts. I put it together, and it was like put together perfectly. I'm like, nice. All right, cool. This is great. I go to like shoot it, and the barrel, the BB just like roll like right out of the barrel. I'm like,
Yeah,
well,
Like
this.
my old Masada.
Yeah, just like not even though. Like
Ploop.
I couldn't even like I would rack the bolt forward and it would just fall out before I even shot it.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'm like maybe it's the bucking. So I bought like 3 different types of buckings, and I couldn't get it to work. I'm like, well, maybe it's the barrel. So
That's why my gun's all PDI parts.
yeah,
my
my new one is.
yeah, my
Learn that lesson.
my
Yeah.
M48-3 is all PDI parts.
I mean, Action Army is really good, but it's not good with like PDI parts, or it's not good with like Angel Custom parts.
Yeah.
So
Keep it in house, I think, is the lesson.
yeah, like Stefano at Extreme helped me a lot, and we like took it apart a million times to put it back together, and I couldn't get it to work for a while. So basically,
Also, someone's gonna comment on this video and be like, "Oh, this is what you did, you dumb idiots! Like, you don't know what you're doing."
oh yeah, no, yeah, for sure.
We're all just throwing it out there. We're idiots and don't know what we're doing. So like, if you know how to tech sniper rifles real good, don't take our advice. Like,
No.
but
Don't listen to us.
And that's basically
Tell us
what
what
I
to do.
decided
but
too.
also if you know how to
So-
tech sniper rifles real good, don't buy the Norwich kits because they're really overpriced and not
Yeah.
good.
No.
And if you don't know how to tech sniper rifles, don't do that either. Just
True.
Go to a
Just
local
don't
tech.
do it.
Find a local tech and do it. And if you can't find a local tech because you don't have people to play yourself where you live, go on a Facebook forum and someone will tell you how to do it, or someone will tech it for you on the Facebook forum.
I mean, I did have like a pretty cool like it was pretty fun learning how to do it, but I think it was definitely like more of a casual thing. Like if I want to go out and like get something really nice, I'm gonna have someone help me do it instead of me trying to do it. But anyway,
Which brings us to your new rifle.
which was my new rifle. So I was so frustrated that I couldn't get mine to work that James, who works at Extreme, was like, dude, just buy my sniper rifle. It's already like really, really nice, and it works perfectly
I
fine.
ran into him at Autumn Justice. He asked me how your rifle's going. I'm like, I tried it at training. It was insane. But side note.
It's crazy. So it's a VSR 10 with the Wolverine bolt in it, with a whole bunch of PDI parts, and I think like a couple of Angel Custom parts too. And it's like crazy. It can shoot like 350 feet.
Yeah, because because the Wolverine bolt converted it to HPA. And
Yeah.
HPA was just like, we're going to make this consistent and really nutty.
Yeah.
I remember you sent me a video about it, and I watched it, and I was like,
It's
oh,
also
this is going to hurt.
really quiet.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like
stupid quiet.
You can barely hear it. Like
And
if
you
I were
can
to
shoot
it,
really fast.
you can shoot it pretty quickly for a bolt action.
Yeah,
gun.
exactly, because it's like,
Well, it's a half pull bolt.
Not even like you literally just have to rack it enough to load the BB, because like the actual bolt itself doesn't have anything to do with it.
yeah,
like,
you're
firing.
not racking back a spring anymore.
The solenoids like fire whenever you like hit the trigger, but it's not gonna like push out air unless you like load the BB in.
You can find a way to just hold the bolt up so it doesn't fall into the catch. You can just shoot, pop, shoot, pop, shoot, pop, and you can get ridiculous rate of fire out of a sniper rifle.
I mean, it's already pretty good the
I
way
mean,
it is.
hopefully
too.
he should also just hit his target on the first shot, though.
Well, yes, that would be the ideal solution.
It right now like you can. It's nice because I can like adjust like the FPS, so I don't have to worry about like before. When I did actually get that gun to work, because Stefano, before I actually sold my VSR 10, the one that I was trying to build, did get it to work. It was shooting like 600 feet per second,
Which is not legal.
which is not
anywhere.
good.
Wow.
So
There's nowhere you can use that.
no
What's the limit for snipers? At like a
Normally
Milsim,
500.
500 with 2 5s,
At most places.
which is what mine's shooting right now.
That's like
So-
what it is at Warzone.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it is for Stag Ops events.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, because Stag Ups, it's 400 for rifles with 2 5s, and snipers get up to 500 because they are bolt action.
They used to make it so
They
you-
also have a 100-foot minimum engagement distance.
Yeah.
right. So I have like, and I have to carry like an MP9 with me or a pistol too, because I have to have something.
Your MP9 is also ridiculous.
MP9's cool. That
Yeah,
also
but
that
it
thing
also
is fun.
it just burns max though. Real like you can't shoot it on anything other than semi-auto because you're gonna run out.
Oh
of
yeah,
ammo.
it
yeah,
will
it
spew through it. You need like a drum mag for that. And then you're the sniper carrying a drum mag machine pistol, and then you realize you need to reevaluate your kit.
Yeah.
Fun as it may be.
Airsoft Call of Duty.
Yep.
Exactly.
But my setup is pretty nice for sniping right now. I do have to like get not a leaf suit.
Yes,
Like-
your pajamas.
You need like a less dumb concealment method.
Yep.
And also a less dumb way to carry your sidearm, which currently is like you kind of tie it to your body.
Yeah, I have to get some sort of pout for the MP9.
Yeah.
But I mean, it worked, and I did kill a whole bunch of people at Warzone. It was fun. But funny story about that leaf suit, actually. So my grandma wants to use that as her Halloween costume.
Oh my god.
She saw me wear it. It's like, oh, this looks so funny. It's like this funny costume. So she's taking
Oh,
my leaf
did you
suit.
explain to your grandma? No, grandma, this is a serious Milsim ghillie
Oh,
suit.
I can't. Look at it. It's definitely
Oh,
not
no, it's
serious.
definitely
Dave will put
not
up a
serious.
picture so you can see what he's talking
Please.
about.
Yeah, you're gonna have seen the pictures. I don't think we have any anywhere because I don't want to put it out publicly, unless we're ridiculing you.
I mean, to be fair, it does blend in really well, but it looks really dumb.
It really doesn't even blend in that well, though.
It didn't? I thought it did.
I don't think it blends in that well.
What, a training?
Yeah.
Well, it blended in a training because you just sit in scrub brush, so you can't see through any. You could be wearing like bright orange, and I would not see you. And
Yeah.
you kind of were, because that leaf suit has a lot of orange on it.
Well, my ghillie's like not as bad, but I'm gonna like modify it so it's more like a hood.
Yeah,
Then,
like a viper hood kind
yeah.
of thing.
Yeah.
Wasn't your ghillie also really hot, which is why you got the leaf suit?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, ghillie suits are like I have one that I hand built, and it's actually right there in the corner.
Yep.
And they are exceptionally hot and heavy, and
Yeah. Because it's basically just a net shirt that you weave in a bunch of stuff to make look like your environment, correct?
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, the leaf suit is good for the fact that it's like super light, but the one that I have, like maybe it's just the one I have, this looks like super dumb, but most of them look pretty dumb.
Camouflage that's meant to work against animals and camouflage that's meant to work against people are designed in very different ways.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
There's a reason that, like, the army isn't using mossy oak. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yep.
Not that you don't see special ops guys wearing shit like that sometimes, because they can, but that's not what the army's looking for.
Yeah.
Although the army is also notoriously bad at camouflage. I mean, we're now on our third camouflage pattern in like 12 years, something like that. So
fun fact about camouflage, I was trying to like make some for like
Oh,
fun.
yeah.
It didn't come out like terrible.
No, it
but
looked cool.
it's
Yeah.
less dumb than the leaf suit.
It is less dumb than the leaf suit, and probably almost as effective. It actually works pretty well. But
Yeah, we had a picture of that up on...
oh yeah, there's pictures of that. I might eventually get it printed, but I did get like a sample of it made. But unfortunately, like if you want to get it printed on like real fabric, like
50/50 Nyko.
it's like impossible to get it, cheap or really at all right now because everyone uses it. So
Yeah, unless you're doing like a government contract, there's no
Kind of
availability for printing.
reminds me of a snake, like snake scales.
yeah, I mean the way it is right now, it looks a little bit too much like cryptic. I have to fix it, but it definitely it's still a different enough from cryptic to not look like.
How did you design it? You just...
So first I kind of wanted to design to make it look like the way our helmets are painted, which I couldn't really get to do, the way I wanted to digitally. But
You're also like, just so everyone is well aware, none of us really know what we're doing. And, like, none of us are like digital artists or anything.
no, I was
So-
doing it on
This is all...
on GIMP or something. is what I
Like
was
something
doing on.
barely better than Microsoft Paint. Like,
Yeah, basically. But I took like a hexagon pattern or like a netting pattern, and I made like macro patterns or micro patterns in it with different colors after Dave told me, like, because before, like the first time it was like random colors all over the place.
yeah, it was
like,
not
and
good.
Dave's like, yeah, I mean that sure is a whole bunch of colors.
yeah, the
gonna
test
do
run you
it.
sent me was like not good.
Yeah, it definitely got better as I started to make it.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, we'll put some pictures up of it, and hopefully eventually I'll be able to get it printed just for fun, if it's not too crazy expensive. But yeah, Tyrant Cam, it's a sort of a thing.
Tyrant cam.
That made me think. So our team logo, I designed our team logo, which wasn't actually supposed to be our team logo. It was supposed to be our fire team logo.
Yeah.
For my fire team back when I was a fire team leader. And then we ended up just going with it for the team logo because we didn't have a good team logo at the time. Our
Yeah.
team logo was really cool looking, and we still have actually the poster's right behind you, Case. But
Oh yeah, yep.
but it's really complicated, which means that it embroiders terribly.
It's a great graphic, but it's a bad logo.
Yeah, it's really good when it's on like a 2 foot by 5 foot poster.
What, you mean that crazy...
T-Rex thing, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That was our team patch, which when you shrink that down to being 2 inches wide.
Yeah, that looked like it's gonna not scale down nicely.
Yeah, it
I
doesn't.
mean, I like the current TK patch. It's nice and simple. Like that's the thing I always like
It's
when you
easily
get
identifiable.
exactly. It gets too complicated. Like, what is that? Oh, it's a Tyrannosaurus Rex skull and some swords. Like, yeah, it's nice and simple. You see it, TK.
But I designed that in Microsoft Paint.
Yeah,
That's what made me think about it. I was like, yeah, I designed that in Microsoft Paint. Like, we don't have any real graphic design here.
Nope.
I mean, we do have, like, Josh could actually graphically design things, but we already got a team logo, so,
Yeah.
say I love you.
Right.
today. Or is there any other stories we wish to tell?
Oh, I mean, so we can go into today, us failing miserably for hours to properly assemble weapons. So, going into this, Kace has been running an Echo 1 SOG 16. Is that what it's called?
68.
SOG 68, which is like...
It's a car 15.
Yeah. Which means that it has a built-in A2 carry handle. Mm-hmm. So we didn't want that so that he could actually run like optics and things on his gun.
Yeah, because if you saw the test that we did with Twitch, the what is that? It was like the range test of in your backyard.
Oh yeah, the cup game.
Yep,
or whatever it is. I think it's called shooting game or something. I don't know.
I was having so much trouble with it because way
your offset for your optic was like 5 inches over bore.
Right. So like worked sort of, but like not really.
So we needed to fix that, and then Kupo's gun.
So I have a fun story of like all of my airsoft guns. I played airsoft like 4 or 5 years ago in some random backyard with my friends. So for not even for Christmas one year, I think I just like saved up and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get myself an airsoft gun. And me knowing nothing about airsoft guns, I'm like, I'm gonna get this nice, cool A&K Masada. And everyone was like, it sucks. It's great. It sucks. It's great. I'm like, I'm gonna get it. So I got it, and it worked really well then. And I brought it up here, and it like worked really well the first time I used it. And then I can't remember what happened. I think I had like a big event the next day, so I stripped it down to clean it and put it back together. And I put it back together, and I got to Warzone. And I shot it, and it just, like, the BB just plooped out the end.
Yep.
Like, it rolled out, went about a foot, and just fell. I'm like, oh, this isn't good. So, Casey happened to have his Franken gun with him, which was this... You want to explain the Franken gun? Because I'm not even sure I remember everything that you did to it.
Since I was being brave, and I was trying to tech things, I was like, I have a whole bunch of parts, and I think I might be able to actually put something together. So I had a whole bunch of parts left over from my Car 15 that... after I upgraded it, I had left over.
Yeah.
So I threw that in there. Then I had a whole bunch of like random things that I had from over the years, like some GMP parts, some JG parts, S&T body, a random zombie killer like flash hider,
silencer thing.
The only thing I had to buy for it was the buffer tube, which I got from Extreme because I didn't have one. Because the way originally the body had like had no stock. It just had like a clip in the back that you could like attach a sling to, like a sling mount. That's it. So I bought a buffer tube for it, and I put it together, and it worked out. It worked fine. It actually was pretty decent. But I actually got a JG blue motor too for like $10, which was crazy. Which is actually a really solid motor, and I put that in there and made like a big difference. And I brought that to Warzone. And
well, you should specify one more thing. The barrel on it was about 6 inches.
Oh yeah, it's a Glock barrel.
It was a tiny little bit. Like it was this big, like your standard M4 with a nice buffer tube, a nice stock, nice grip, and like a 6 inch long barrel.
Maybe.
Which maybe. And then you screwed a giant silencer on it to make it look like it was about the length of a regular rifle, and it was not. It was this dinky little thing. It was great. I used it that day, and it worked so well.
It shot way farther than it should have. It doesn't really make any sense. So that's is that the same hop-up that was in there
same
before?
hop-up. It's just the only difference... we did some work on it today, and the only difference is outer barrel, inner barrel, and rail. That's it.
Good. Yeah, because the hop-up actually isn't bad.
I was pretty happy with it. But,
And the outer barrel is just longer. I mean, the inner barrel is just longer. Good. It's not...
Yeah, exactly.
It's not any tighter or anything.
Yeah, we didn't do anything fancy. We just... Dave, with all of his toys around here, just had... He's like, I'm like, so one of the things I wanted to fix was when we were at Warzone last time.
The reason that we started working on it.
The reason that we started working on it before we got very carried away with our upgrade process was when I was on safety, it would shoot. When it was on semi, it would shoot in auto. When it was on auto, it would just be on auto. Like the fire selector switch was not doing what a fire selector switch was supposed to do.
No.
It was really sad because I'd just gotten this nice sight, a sling for it, some other stuff. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm like making this gun my own. I'm good. And then it didn't work. So what we were going to do is we were going to take it apart and fix this selector switch.
That was all we were going to do.
That was all we were going to do. I was just going to get it sorted. I had already gotten my kit sorted for this mystery thing we got coming up and from here on out. But then I originally was going to bring a spring that I had bought previously to throw in here to make it a little higher power, because this is still, I think it's shooting like 300 with 2.5s, and I'm like, I can get some more power to that. So I bought a spring.
Yeah.
Which I forgot to bring, which would have been really great because I don't want to open this up again after today.
We'll see how it shoots.
Yeah.
At Warzone next weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, so then what we did was, I'm like, hey, Dave, do you happen to have another inner barrel, outer barrel? Like, can I make this not a dinky little rifle? And he's like, yeah, sure. So he pulls out all this different stuff. We're trying to figure out what works. Originally, we had a completely different rail outer barrel system on it, but then we realized that, we couldn't get the inner barrel to fit, or we couldn't get... Why did we swap to this one?
We couldn't. So we had an S system rail and outer barrel assembly and everything
Yes.
that we just had laying around. I don't know where it came from. Honestly,
Austin, I think.
yeah, someone. Either way, it was laying around, and we were going to throw it on it, but for some reason, the threading on it would not match the threading on the receiver.
Yeah. So then Dave's like, okay, let's try this other thing, and so he pulled out this M-Lock rail system that was on another gun that we had.
My
here.
Amoeba.
Yeah, his Amoeba. And that worked. So I'm like, okay, I got an upgrade, and now we have a fire selector switch that mostly works, or at least it works within. It will shoot semi, which is all I really need to care about.
Yep.
And I now have a longer barrel on it, so I will hopefully be a little bit more accurate, a little bit more
Better
downrange.
maybe.
Huh? Yeah.
But, and for some reason, the S system rail does fit on my Amoeba.
Yeah, which really shouldn't. Like,
Yeah, it really
understand
shouldn't.
yeah, it shouldn't at all.
So now the Amoeba has
does.
an S system rail, and now I have this. Was this an Amoeba rail, or was this just?
No,
like,
this is a. That was
It's a nice rail.
It's
That's
an
what I
M-Lock
thought.
rail. It's,
Okay.
I bought that used to be on my Crytek. That's now the Mark 18 Crytek.
Okay. So like now all I got to do is just get a couple of M-Lock to Weaver adapters and
They're
move
really
my
cheap
pet
on
box
Amazon.
over and buy myself a foregrip, because this is now. It used to be my little gun. I could just like one-hand it and it was great. Now it's like I actually have a rail system on it and I need a little easier way to hold it. So
My
that's
gun
fine.
has like slowly evolved into like, not a Vietnam era gun.
Yeah.
Matt had to help me like a lot today. Like you'll see it, the Instagram video of him like trying to freaking cut like part of the.
He was straight up grinding with the Dremel, and Case's face was just like, sparks! There's sparks everywhere! He was like cowering away from
Yeah,
it.
we had to like cut a barrel nut off of a receiver, and like it was.
Which actually didn't end up working, so we had to like use a completely different receiver and then
By the way, there
like
you go.
Dremel that
That's
too.
4 rails
Oh,
for
yeah, there you
15
go.
bucks.
But my
Even
gun
better.
now has a nicer upper receiver on it, and not an A2 style upper receiver. So
Yeah, you can run a sight on it.
yeah, and not be like a foot over bore or something stupid like that.
Yeah. Sight overboard. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to re-zero in my sight now.
And we'd put a Mark 18 rail on your gun before, so it looked really weird because it was a M16
Yeah.
that just had a Mark 18 rail on it.
Right.
Although it also had a shorter barrel. Like it had a pretty short barrel on it to begin with.
It had like the perfect length barrel actually for the rail. Had
Yeah.
10-inch barrel, but I don't know. It looks a little bit better. Still needs a little bit more work. Has a weird stock. It's like that weird Car 15 stock that
Yeah.
everyone hates.
It's like a dumb M16
That
stock.
Steve likes, but then commented and was like, this is dumb, get rid of it. Or like, Steve, what are you doing?
Steve actually said that he liked the stock. Before,
Yeah,
so
and now
being,
he's like,
a
not.
bastard.
So Steve's surprised. Steve's being difficult.
Yeah, Steve's another person on our team who's been on our team forever that's never been in anything.
Yeah. Actually, well, he's been like a background person in like some videos, like gameplay footage, maybe.
Yeah, he's definitely been in gameplay, but he's not. He's never sat down. He's never been part of a podcast or been in a video or anything.
Nope.
But he's been around forever.
Matt could have been today if he didn't have to leave. That would have been like pretty entertaining.
Yeah,
for
if we
you guys.
didn't get distracted with all the tech, Matt was gonna
Yeah,
hop
we
in
didn't-
on this.
Kupo got here at 2:30,
Yeah.
and it's 8:00 now.
Yep.
I actually probably have to leave soon.
Yeah.
Probably gonna wrap this up soon anyway.
I mean, we hit most of what new things we're going to talk about. I'm sure in the next 2 weeks we'll have a lot. We'll have Warzone, October. We'll have Mystery Event, and then we'll have Battleford Tolland.
Yeah. So we have a lot of things to talk about too afterwards.
I'm trying to think of things that we talked about
In
on
the first
podcast. On the podcast with Twitch.
Oh.
That
We
that
talked about how we got into Airsoft.
Yeah, or I'm just trying to think of things that were like relevant that we talked about that were more like time relevant that we could still cover. Like, what have we done recently?
What have we done?
AJ Warzone, and you guys weren't at AJ.
Yeah,
think-
that was before AJ.
That was. I think we talked about how we were preparing for it.
That was before you were on the team.
Yeah, that was a while ago. He talked about how he started doing the C3
See-through
Underground
stuff, yeah.
Yep, which is
Which
pretty cool.
we can't talk about for him.
Yeah. But I'm sure maybe at some point we can have him do a quick thing again.
Oh yeah, I'm sure I'll let him up again. We will actually invite people to the podcast to record a podcast that will come out eventually.
Yeah.
And we'll set up.
Someday.
We'll have video, and it'll be all fancy and official.
Yep. We'll have to get Reed over here to help us with that.
Or just someone to operate cameras. Because currently we've just been doing it where everyone's on the podcast that's here, so no one's operating the cameras, which we have issues with that.
Yeah.
But we'll figure it out someday, or we won't. I mean, who knows?
Mm-hmm.
But Josh was filming today, which is why he's not here for a multitude of reasons. But he was working on something that I don't know what it is. But he was shooting with like a $50,000 camera today.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he rented a red camera.
Yeah, those are really nice.
So we'll just run one of those for the podcast
Yeah.
because we need
Yeah,
to shoot
fix this,
8K
do it.
raw.
Yeah, exactly.
Which also fuck editing that.
Yeah.
I could not.
Just importing that will take a week.
Yeah, but my computer literally couldn't edit that. Like, I literally could not edit that. I promise you.
I got a custom built desktop, and that might have a chance at it, but like,
Your desktop's also not built for video editing, though.
exactly, it's built for gaming, which while they're close, not
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 quite,
purpose built.
Not quite there.
My CPU is good for gaming, not quite for video editing.
Right.
I am gonna actually custom build a PC for video editing soon, though, because I'm trying to do more video editing, not just for us.
I was given a
in general.
custom-built PC for my wedding, actually, from my friend Jake.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I just need to
upgrade
get
it a
married
little
then.
bit. Yeah, there you go. Exactly.
But yeah, what else we got going on? We have I don't know. We're gonna get some more videos out eventually. Probably not.
We have some cool ideas.
I mean, I have a list of like 30 videos on my phone that we just haven't shot
Mhm.
that have been sitting on my phone since I got back from Basic,
Yeah.
which was in like June, May or June. It's October now.
All right, so just gotta get on it. Start
Yeah,
planning
well,
stuff.
I need people to show up when I tell them we're gonna film.
Yeah. Or if you're like Brian, you just like move to like a different state for, no reason.
Yeah,
Where is he now?
It's in Boston.
he's in Boston,
And then Sam's like in Rhode Island, and like Sam was in Boston before, and
and Sam works in Boston.
yeah.
Oh, that commute must suck.
It's not that bad. My dad does that commute. He's done that commute my whole life.
Hmm.
But also, Sam like has a house now instead of like a shitty apartment. So
That's true. Yeah,
Can't blame him for that.
Sam
That's an
does,
upgrade.
makes more sense than Brian moving. Like,
should have been here today, Sam.
Yeah, Sam. Jeez.
He's too busy having a concert at his house.
Yeah, what was that? At his house, there's a concert?
Yeah, it does that every
Well,
year.
at his parents' house is Rock Pine,
Yep.
which is a concert venue.
Oh.
It's like a local concert venue.
You been to his house before? Ever do training there?
I did not go there. Jenny and Truman went one time to hang out, and they told me about it, but I have not personally been to Sam's place yet.
Yeah, it was going to be a triple date with them and me and Sam. But I was sick.
No.
So ended up just being them. But we'll do it again eventually. Maybe you can bring your 27-year-old girlfriend, Kupo.
She'd be down.
You're how old?
22.
I mean, it's not that
It's
bad.
the same difference as me and Jess.
Yeah, like it's not horrible.
Jess is that much older than you?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
She's 29. She's going to be 30 in November, and I'm 25. I'm going to be 26 in April.
See?
Exactly the same.
It's not that bad.
And see, and we're married, so there
All
you
right,
go.
well, you guys also got like 3 years on us. Fuck.
Yeah.
Trying to get married 3 years, Kupo?
No, I just want to get through college in 3 years.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Ugh.
I just want to get through college, too.
Yeah. I'm over college. College is done. Thank God.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's definitely not advisable to take 21 credits and get married all at the same time.
No, that sounded. I wasn't there to observe it. I just heard the stories, and it did not sound like fun.
No.
I
I would
got.
also be the team leader for an airsoft team.
Sort of. Like, I definitely wasn't then. Like, I tried. And then also I was interning, too.
God.
And I was working full-time.
Dude.
Well, we really had some issues when all of that was happening, and then I left.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't that bad when you were like working your way up to it, and it was like I was still around, and then I left, and then it was like, well,
It's like, all right, so Casey's gone. And Dave's gone.
yeah.
See you later, see you later guys. Good luck.
I came back and we'd put out one video in 3 months, and I attended like 3 events.
But you guys are back now.
Yep. Things are looking up. Things are good. These next 2 ops are really awesome. Hopefully we can go to some bigger ones this year too, or next year.
Yeah, I don't think there's really any big ops left.
I'm excited.
Well, there's that Milsim West event in December.
Where's
Yeah.
that?
It's in California, but it's a World War II themed op.
No.
Unless it's
I don't
going
have
into
World War II themed stuff, and I don't really have the money to get out to California.
Yeah, well, I don't have any desire to do World War II themed Milsim. I mean, the more the merrier. Like, more power to you, but that's not really my MO. Some guys are really into that shit, though.
I would consider doing a Vietnam one just because I have some Vietnam guns.
You're really into the Vietnam guns.
I know, I don't know why. Like, I have the Stoner, I have a M14. Well, I guess that one's more not Vietnam gun. Then I had the Car 15, but that's not really anymore.
Yeah, that's really closer to a Mark 18 than a Car 15 now.
Yeah.
Didn't you have an M60? Did you have an
Yeah,
M60?
for like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
So
Then you realize just how heavy and huge it was.
yeah. So here's the thing that happened with the M60.
You're
Let's
really
hear it.
big
So-
on buying support guns and then getting rid of them immediately.
Yeah, the BKM. Like
every
everything else.
time you're like, man, I'm going to get this really great machine gun, and then you're like, man, this thing is not good.
Nope. Like my Crytek too, actually. The Crytek was okay. The box mag was like fucking terrible.
You've owned like 6 support guns, and one of them you've kept.
I'm never gonna get rid of the Stoner. That gun is great. I love the Stoner. But for the M60, so with the Franken gun, Kupo gave me a little bit of money for it, and then gave me his Masada, and I was
Yeah.
gonna try to fix it, and I couldn't fix it. So we could have fixed it, but it would have like cost more than.
Yeah, I don't
It
know.
was
I can't
worth,
remember. I think it was
so-
just like it was just some weird seal issue. I think we just needed a different hop up.
It
and it's
had
like
compression issues and it needed a new hop up.
It was just like because the NK Masada has this weird kind of hop up with like a linear. Like instead of rotating the thing to push it down, it's like you slide this thing down, and the farther down you slide, the more it pushes the bucking down.
So it's like an AK hop
kinda,
up.
yeah, it's like an AK hop.
Yeah, sure. I don't
But,
know what the
Here's an
sounds
AK.
about.
I'll hand you an AK.
I see the
You can
AK.
hop up.
So I traded his Masada for my friend had
Like
gotten
that?
an M60.
It was exactly like that.
Oh, that was probably really loud.
It was loud in my ear. Yeah.
Nobody was buying the Masada from me because I was actually going to sell it on eBay for the rest of the money for the Franken gun, but no one was buying it. So what ended up happening was my friend really wanted a Masada, and he had just gotten an M60 in a trade, and I was like, I bet someone would buy the M60 really fast. So I traded the Masada to him for his M60, took a picture of it, showed it to the guys, immediately drove down to Extreme, and like showed it to like someone there, and like, I'll buy it tomorrow. I'm like, perfect, and then it was gone. So
Okay.
I never shot
So you had
it,
an
really.
M60 for like 2 seconds.
Yeah, literally.
You did have a PKM though.
The PKM, yeah, I had that for a while, and that I never personally
I have the
used
foam
it.
for the PKM over there. I have the foam
have
that
the
the
box?
PKM came in. I don't have the box. I just have the foam that the PKM
That's
came
weird. Why?
in. I don't know. I haven't just gotten rid of it yet. I do have the entire foam cut out of a PKM though. So I have a PKM shaped foam cut out that's from that box. And the PKM foam is actually the foam that I have as my front plate in my plate carrier.
The PKM actually wasn't that bad. It was just heavy as fuck.
Well,
So-
the box mag did jam
Yeah,
like
that's right. It did.
relatively frequently,
Yeah.
which jammed during the first firefight of AJ.
Yep.
And-
Oh yeah, immediately. Yep.
That was the worst.
Had great range though. That was about it. The only.
and the bipod broke off.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Okay. So PKM did not do so well.
It did not. No.
Yeah, it was a little rough.
And then I think day 2 would just stop working.
We also didn't have a machine gun sling, so we just took a Magpul MS2 sling
Oh yeah, that's right.
or an
Put duct
MS1
tape
sling
on
and
it.
just duct taped a scarf to it because it needed padding because like an MS2 sling is just webbing.
Yep.
Or what, I don't know. It's sitting right here actually. This thing that we used. So let's see what is it. And it's a MS3. And we took a Magpul MS3 sling and duct taped a scarf to it as padding. It was like not good.
No.
Poor
jeez.
Austin had to lug that thing around. He did a good job though.
Truman did it the second day.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's right. Yeah. That's weird. Wow. Almost every like person who's been like a leader on the team has like ran a saw.
gunner
at
one
some point in
point.
time.
Rite of passage.
The only one that hasn't is Sam, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. Sam's like always been FTL, and he hasn't done really anything else. He's just good at it.
Yeah.
But yeah. But as far as support weapons, if you guys ever want to like invest in something, buy either a GMP Stoner 63, which we have 2 of them on the team now, or
Dave Model has one, right?
yeah, or actually his MG36 wasn't that bad either. But
Yeah, but he had to build that thing.
yeah, I actually helped build that with him, and he ran into one issue, but that was like Evike's fault because he wanted a N125 spring, and they sent him like a M170 spring or something stupid like that.
Yeah, it was,
So
shooting
it was
it was like shooting like 530
Yeah,
FPS,
it's
but it was
like,
also but it was
why'd
shooting
you
like
want
it was
this
like
spring?
shooting like 6 rounds per second.
Yeah,
it was
so
like not good.
Nope. But yeah, so don't do that. But what Matt's My
A&K
46 is pretty
Yeah.
pretty solid too, but he's like upgraded the crap out of that thing.
That thing is insane.
Well, that's what I had when I
Mabel.
saw it. A A&K 249 para,
Yeah,
which is it's the same gun, just different external parts on it.
right.
Yeah, it's just like a little shorter barrel because it was a paratrooper one, right?
Well, the Mark 46 is the same barrel actually as the 249 para, but they have different stocks.
Mm.
And the 249 para didn't have a rail system, which sucks. If you're gonna buy a 249 style saw, so like a Mark 46 or any 249 variants, make sure that you buy one that has a rail on it, because like trying to carry that around and fire it not without a vertical grip is just atrocious.
Yeah, actually, here's a funny story from AJ. 5 seconds into the start of that game, like Saturday morning, I'm so stoked. We're just start running. We hadn't even gotten to keep.
You're literally running out of spawn.
Literally running out of spawn. Matt's in front of me, and he just takes a nosedive right in. The gun of his barrel goes into the ground, and he pogo sticks over it and falls on his ass.
Oh damn!
And I'm just
really?
like, Matt, are you okay? He's like, yeah, I'm fine. He tries to get up, and I'm like dragging his ass up, and I'm like, oh my god, that was a quick start. And he snapped the vertical grip off of his gun. And he'd always had it, and like in later
You'd
that
never
day,
run it without a vertical grip.
yeah,
You've
exactly.
never done it.
And later that day, he mentioned to me, he's like, wow, not having the vertical grip sucks with this thing. Like having to hold it palm up versus with a grip, it's just so heavy and so cumbersome and so annoying. So the next morning, he went to like the on-site shop and bought the exact same grip, but in like tan instead of black. Threw it on, and it was perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, that because you broke it at AJ and got a new one.
Hey, I've seen worse things happen. I've seen people do the same thing, but instead of their grip breaking off, they just pull the rail off, like with the gun, and it's like, man, that's not something you can fix real quick.
One of the guys in the Reapers, like they broke their gun in half one time.
How?
I don't know. Like
Josh broke his gun in half at what was it, Spring Offensive 2 years ago, last year, something like that. He broke. I don't even know how he did it, but he didn't even break it in half. He broke the back part of his upper.
oh yeah, that's right. He
So
did.
butterflied open like an actual AR. And airsoft ARs are not supposed to do that. So so he just like held it back down in place, and it was shooting, so he just kept rolling with it.
Oh my god.
I don't know if he ever fixed that or not,
Yep.
but
And Sam's gun broke at the end of the at Justice 2 this year, right? His KWA finally died.
Yeah, you know.
no, it
was
was,
like
that
12.
was Spring Offensive.
Spring Offensive.
Because for Justice, he had the LVOA that I helped him.
But Jenny's gun died at AJ, so she borrowed Brandon's spare.
Yeah.
Yeah, I brought. She has like an amoeba. I brought that one to do while Franken gun was while my Masada didn't work, and before I had Franken gun, I brought her and Truman's gun to Extreme to do CQB with one of my friends from school. And that gun, the connector frayed, so I had to get the guy to solder a new connector on. And then 2 minutes into like the second or third to last round of the day, I go to like hit the mag release, and the entire thing just falls apart. Like the little screw undid and came out. So I collected all the pieces. I went back. I'm like, hey guys,
I don't know
can you
what I'm
fix
doing.
this again? And the guy's like, wow, you are really unlucky. I'm like, it's not my gun. I'm just
makes it
borrowing.
even worse,
Which
too.
is worse. Like and he's like, yeah, this is like a 2-minute fix. So I got back in while the round was still going on. I like popped up next to my friend. He's like, "Oh, you're back." I'm like, "Yeah, let's go." And we just like went and sprayed, the 12-year-olds that are always playing CQB at Extreme, who all have like crazy HPA guns too. I don't get it. Like,
Yeah, they do.
damn,
It's obnoxious.
a little bit. Funny stories from that time though. Like it was just one guy left at that little second level watchtower. I can't remember what it's officially called, but it's like a couple stairs running up. And there was 2 guys up there, and it was like our entire team had respawned and we're fine. And everyone stacked up like the guys up there, and he's like, "Yeah," but he's just pointing the gun at the door, and I'm like, "Yeah, it's okay." So like 3 people lined up, and the first 2 were literally just bullet shields. They ran in and got sprayed, and the third guy just popped the guy. And I think he shot him in like the nuts, but he was 12, so it really didn't matter. But he kept going on about it. I'm like, dude, you're not using them. You're fine. Yeah, but that was a fun time. They were young, but they were pretty good sports.
Extreme could be fun.
Yeah.
As long as there's not like too many people there.
No.
That's the worst thing about Extreme is like, man, if you go when they have like their op days or where they have like Airsoft Con or whatever,
Yeah, they're big expos and things like that.
man, there's like 200 people trying to play on the field at one time. It's like, this field's meant for like 30 people.
Yeah, it's great if you have like a small amount of people there. Especially the new layout now is pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed when I used my MP9 there. It was so
I would
much
imagine.
fun.
I haven't played since they set up the new field. I haven't been since they expanded.
It's more balanced now. It's pretty nice. But
The Mark 18's shooting soft enough that I could play it there.
Hmm.
No other gun I have could. Actually, maybe might be able to. But,
Shotgun.
Yeah, I could use a
Pistol.
shotgun. I've been trying to go to shotgun pistol night, but it's just always not convenient for me.
Hmm.
It's always when
Yeah,
I
me
have like
too.
shit going on. But I'll get there eventually. I have this super sweet souped up pistol that we're gonna do a video on eventually, but it's like there's this guy on Facebook who builds custom airsoft Glocks that are really nice, and I got one from him, and it's crazy, but I've only been able to use it at like normal games.
Right.
Although I did kill like, what is it? So last time we went to the Warzone,
Predator, yeah.
we did Predator mode, which is like they basically the staff chooses like 4 or 5 guys to play against everyone else that's there. So it was 5 of us on like 30, give or take, and my battery died within the first 5 minutes of a half-hour game.
Yeah.
Where I was one of 5 people fighting 30 people. And I spent the rest of the game running my Glock and still killed I probably killed at least 15 people with just that. Which
That's
I had,
pretty
it was
crazy.
like, a Glock with like 5 mags.
That's nuts.
Yeah, it was pretty ridiculous.
Also, the incompetence of the other team was just
Oh, yeah, it was
amazing.
like-
bad.
It was really good.
It sucked. Like I was a sniper for that, as we talked about before, and I could only go up like so far. So I basically like got to a certain point. It's like, all right, guys, like just spread out and like find the bomb or
Yeah,
the
so-
crate.
So to explain the rules real quick, so there's 5 of us, and we have a case that the other team has to find
Which
and
is
steal.
also, bear in mind, red. Bright red.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a toolbox kind
It's
of
a
looking
DeWalt.
thing.
No.
Makita.
It might be
Makita.
DeWalt. Oh, okay.
Either way, it's some sort of tool
Whatever
case.
brand is red,
It's a red tool case thing,
that's not Snap-on.
and we have to put it somewhere like in a certain area of the field, and then the other team has to come and find it and steal it from us, basically.
And we have unlimited respawns. And
Unlimited instantaneous respawns that are like close to the thing, kind of.
Yeah.
And the other team has to farther away respawn, that kind of thing.
yeah, that was it.
But they literally had people using one of their people jumped over the box at one point, and then Jenny was taking cover behind the pile of brush that the box was in.
Oh, Jenny. How could you?
Yeah.
Like at
And-
one point they just totally backed us into our spawn, and we just couldn't get out of our spawn.
Yeah, we were just trapped. It was Matt was standing there, and he was like, he would run 3 feet, get shot, and go back. I was
I was in front of Matt. Like we had them pinned. I thought it was closer to where he was. So like I was sending people
No.
like up there, but it was more like
yeah,
to
because the
left.
spawn was like over like if we were facing you guys, because you and I, Dave and I were on Predator, and you were like trying to rally everyone else. So if we're facing you guys, our spawn was like back into the left, and we hit it like over to the right. So we knew that if we died, we would run back away and like kind of maybe draw them out.
Oh,
There was another guy.
That's good. Yeah.
But so when we were trapped in the spawn, though, one of the refs walked over to me and was like, "They have someone sitting on it. They're not going to find it." It was like, I know that they have total control of the field, but they have not found it and are not going to find it.
Yeah, it's like at this
he
point.
was right.
Yeah, there was another guy who was just kind of sitting with like the top half of a ghillie suit, and he was sitting in enough cover where no one could see him, and he was just sitting and watching it and seeing everyone sit on top. And afterwards, like, yeah, I just watched like 4 people walk past it, and no one knew. And one of the refs, like, we hit it with the black side up, so it was like,
It was half black, half red.
yeah, so we hit it with the black side up, so it was like even more sneaky. Later on, the ref flipped it to red, and people were still like literally a foot away from it with a little bit of scrub in the way. If they would have peeked their head over and looked down, they would have found it.
Ugh, that sucks. I did shoot like Matt in the mouth though.
Yeah, you should tell that story.
Like in the mouth.
Like inside of his mouth and swallowed it with a almost like 3 joule like sniper rifles. That was
Yeah, but there
Probably
was
really
enough range where it wasn't 3 joules to the back of the throat.
no.
But like,
I dialed it down.
oh my god, it was great. He was like maybe 20 feet in front of me. I'm hiding behind cover near spawn because I'm like, I can't move left or right, otherwise I'm gonna get shot.
and Matt's standing in spawn.
Matt's standing in spawn
With
because he's
me.
like, yeah, because Dave was like out of ammo and out of batteries. He was just standing there like, I'm dead, and then people kept shooting him, and he'd be like, I'm still dead.
I'm standing in our spawn. My gun doesn't work.
I have the red rag.
Damn.
But Matt's standing in front of me, and all of a sudden I hear like coughing. I'm like, oh god, Matt, what'd you do? And he's like, I just got shot in the throat.
Yeah,
And
that
I'm
was
like,
me.
and we found out later it was Casey. It was- oh, it was great.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, it's fun.
But I feel like we're probably gonna wrap this up right now. I'd say
Yeah,
got, like,
we've been
I have to go.
going for a little under an hour. So
Yeah.
not a bad mix of things, and I'll go through and edit this tomorrow and probably put it out this week.
Cool.
Nice. Should be pretty awesome.
All our fun stories.
If you want us to make other videos, tell us, and we will eventually.
Yeah.
Maybe. I know someone commented on our Instagram page on a picture of my AVS. It's like, you guys need to do a video on that. And
Yeah,
I
that's
will,
right.
probably.
Maybe we can do spotlights. We can do like one person, their gear, their gun.
Well, have you ever watched our fucking videos?
Some of them.
We do that, actually.
Well, then good. We'll do that again.
Yeah.
But with update, because God knows Dave's got like 7 different kits he can run.
Well,
and,
Dave
like
has
4
like
different.
a new kit every week. So.
Yeah, exactly.
I
So
did.
no spotlight on Dave because it's just too changing.
This
So-
week on Dave's gear.
I got
Yeah,
a
right.
plate carrier today in the mail, actually.
Oh, God.
That I didn't pay for. I traded a Canadian soldier a Cry combat shirt that I had that I haven't used, that I've just had for like 2 years. I traded him for a prototype Eagle Industries
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
vest that was like, I'm trying to figure out more about the history, but apparently it seems that it was only issued to like 2 or 3 units as a prototype. It's like, it's a really weird mix between an MBAV and a Searass vest, but I like it a lot. So yeah, I do have I currently have 5 plate carriers.
And 1, 2, 3 guns and a sniper rifle.
Well,
4 guns.
AEGs, 4 AEGs,
Shotgun.
3 pistols, a bolt action rifle, a shotgun,
Rocket launcher.
rocket launcher, grenade launcher.
Dave's our quartermaster. He just kind of has everything you will need.
Actually, you also have that Barrett, too. With the
Yeah.
that doesn't
plastic
count.
in her
The
barrel.
pizza gun.
Yeah.
Traded a box of pizza for a Barrett.
That's a whole separate story for another time.
Yeah, we'll tell that little one later. Well, we'll have that up for because you said you wanted to make that a background gun anyway, so we'll get that up for whatever next video is made, and you can explain it a bit then.
But it's so shitty that he just traded a pizza for it, basically.
Yeah. I love
Matt tried to shoot me. Matt loaded it and tried to shoot me from like 2 feet away, and
it wouldn't shoot.
It didn't even shoot. He just like popped the mag out to see if it was there. Like the BB just fell. He's like, oh shit. I'm like, oh thank God.
That's the thing. But yeah, so thanks for listening, guys. This is
Podcast 2.
Podcast 2 with Kace and Kupo
Kupo.
and Dave, and we'll see you soon.
Bye guys.
See you. Yeah, that's a pretty solid podcast.